Good morning. Please be seated. Welcome to the A.T. Still University Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine Class of 2024 Commencement Ceremony. My name is Dr. Norman Gevitz, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at ATSU. This is a very special day in the lives of those receiving degrees from ATSU. Family and friends, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, I thank you for joining us in honoring these outstanding graduates and recognizing their great achievement. Graduates, you now have the tools and capacity to make a difference in your communities and in the lives of the people you serve. The degree each of you will receive today is not just a credential. It is a testament to your proficiency and competency in mastering a range of difficult subjects. We are proud of you. We wish you the best, and we look forward to hearing from you as you go forward to improve the well-being of all communities. Please join me in welcoming Dr. John Thurman, who will give a welcome from the university's Board of Trustees. Dr. Thurman is a 2012 graduate of KCOM and is a member of ATSU's Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dr. Gevitz. Welcome to all on behalf of the Board of Trustees, A.T. Still University. This is the 188th commencement of the Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine. Established in 1892 by Dr. Andrew Taylor Still, the university began as the founding college of osteopathic medicine. Since then, ATSU has grown from a single discipline school on one campus in Kirksville, Missouri, to a multidiscipline health professions university with 7 schools on 3 campuses in Kirksville, Mesa, Arizona, and Santa Maria, California, as well as a strong online presence. Our students and faculty are part of a distinguished heritage emphasizing whole person healthcare. This approach begins with a belief in interactions of the body, mind, and spirit, and continues with understanding of how these dimensions may be treated as one. Each ATSU program integrates whole person healthcare into its curriculum and emphasizes development of competencies in interprofessional collaboration, cultural proficiency, critical thinking, social responsibility, and interpersonal skills. I congratulate each and every graduate and their families. I wish you great success and joy in your chosen careers. I hope you will carry with you the many skills and lessons you've learned from the people on this stage in this dais and the people around you. I did this 12 years ago, and it is awesome to be here in front of you all. Thank you.
At this time, I invite Dr. Jonathan Kirsch, Associate Professor of OMM, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the medley singing America the Beautiful. If you are able, please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is now my privilege to introduce the Dean of Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine, Dr. Margaret Wilson, class of 1982, and Professor of Family Medicine, Preventive Medicine, and Community Health. Dr. Wilson.
Thank you, Dr. Gevitz. Good morning. Good morning. What a beautiful day in so many ways, right? What a great day to celebrate. So welcome, everyone. We're so glad to have you here on this very joyous day. My first duty here is to introduce the stage party. And as I call your name, could you please stand and then remain standing? And if you could hold your applause until the entire stage party has been introduced. Beginning on my far right, Dr. William Sexton, Biomedical Sciences Program Chair and Hooder of Candidates. Dr. Jeremy Hauser, Associate Professor of Anatomy and Hooder of Candidates. Dr. Julie Hessler, Class of 1996, Assistant Professor of Family Medicine, Preventive Medicine, and Community Health and Hooder of Candidates. Dr. Jonathan Kirsch, Class of 1996, Associate Professor of OMM and Chair of the ATSU-KCOM Faculty Senate. Dr. Norman Gevitz, Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs, ATSU. Dr. John Sutton, Class of 1989, and President of the Kirksville Osteopathic Alumni Association Board of Directors. Starting on my far left, Dr. Jeff Davis, Class of 2000, Assistant Dean of Clinical Affairs and presenter of today's candidates. Dr. George Pipes, Class of 1976, and his wife, Mrs. Elaine Pipes, who are today's Grand Marshals. Ms. Bertha Thomas, member of A.T. Still University's Board of Trustees. Dr. John Thurman, Class of 2012, and member of A.T. Still University's Board of Trustees. Dr. Jennifer MacArthur, Class of 1993, Associate Member, Division of Critical Care Medicine at the Department of Pediatric Medicine, St. Jude Children's Hospital, and today's commencement speaker. And Dr. Craig Phelps, Class of 1984, President of A.T. Still University. So please welcome our stage party. I would like to now introduce probably the most important people here today, right? We all know that. The Class of 2024. Could you please stand and be recognized? You may be seated, class. I'd like now to introduce some other important individuals here with us today. First, our outstanding ATSU-KCOM faculty. Would you please stand? Thank you. Will all the graduates, guests, staff, and faculty who are current or retired members of the uniformed services or first responders please stand and be recognized? Military, first responders. Thank you for your service. Would the parents and grandparents of the graduates please stand? Thank you for all the support you have given the graduates and for entrusting them to us for these few years. It's been our honor and privilege to have these young men and women with us, so thank you. Spouses, partners, significant others, and children of the graduates, please stand. We also honor you and thank you for your understanding and support. Also today with us are some other special guests. The family of Dr. George and Elaine Pipes are in the audience. You may wave or stand. Dr. Pipes' family. Patrick Avila, the CEO of Northeast Regional Medical Center. Thank you, Mr. Avila. Brian and Chris Bowles, Missouri Association of Osteopathic Physicians and Surgeons. Ron Gaber, Emeritus ATSU Vice President for Student Affairs, and his spouse, Elsie Gaber, who was an ATSU administrator. Thank you all for being in attendance today. And we'd like to extend a very special thank you to Truman State University President Dr. Sue Thomas for her hospitality and sharing their facilities for our commencement ceremony today. So thanks to Dr. Thomas. So again, good morning, and thank you all for being here today to celebrate and recognize the ATSU-KCOM class of 2024. Each person here today has played an important role in the lives of these graduates on their journey to become an osteopathic physician. In class of 2024, what an incredible journey it has been. So many things have led to this day. Remember back to your first inkling of a desire to become an osteopathic physician, the applications, the interviews, and finally, the acceptance. Then it was off to the races, those hard preclinical years which were made even more challenging by the unexpected disruption of a global pandemic. We remember those disruptions well. You then moved into the clinical environment where you grew by leaps and bounds towards the professional that you are becoming now. Today is another point in time, a pause to celebrate before you start the next leg of your journey. One, by the way, that will last a lifetime. Your education has prepared you well to provide the best possible care to your patients. You will be sought out for your expertise and what you have to offer. You have learned not just the skills and knowledge required to be a competent osteopathic physician, but you have cultivated the compassion and empathy to make you a trusted healer. Class of 2024, I hope you realize the impact each of you will have on your patients, on your communities, and on our profession. Remember your humble roots. Remember those who came before you, those who taught you, and remember, you are the future of osteopathic medicine. Know where you stand, strong on the front lines of healthcare, where your patients need you most. Know how proud we are of you, and congratulations on your success, class of 2024. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our honorary degree candidate and commencement speaker, Dr. Jennifer MacArthur. Jennifer MacArthur, DO, has served as an associate member in the Critical Care Medicine Division of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital's Pediatric Medicine Department since 2016. She also serves as a clinical adjunct instructor of pediatrics at ATSU-KCOM, and associate professor in the Department of Pediatrics at University of Tennessee Health Sciences Center. Named one of the top doctors in pediatric hematology oncology, Dr. MacArthur has been published in more than 30 peer-reviewed publications and is invited to present at many national and international meetings. Dr. MacArthur earned her bachelor's degree at Hamline University in St. Paul, Minnesota, before graduating from Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine in 1993. Dr. Phelps and Dr. MacArthur, could you please join me at the podium? And President Phelps, it is my honor and privilege to present to you Dr. Jennifer MacArthur for their honorary degree Doctor of Science.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. The highest degree AT-Still University of Health Sciences may confer is an honorary doctoral degree in recognition of superior commitment to osteopathic principles and for service to healthcare, medical education, scientific research, community service, and leadership in political or educational administration. Dr. MacArthur, on recommendation of the faculty, dean, and senior vice president of academic affairs, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Science, with all the rights, privilege, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
It's all yours.
All right. Thank you so much. I guess I have to move this down. I'm pretty short. So anyways, congratulations to the graduates. This is really a remarkable achievement. I know you've worked really hard, so give yourself another round of applause. And I also want to say congratulations to all the faculty who have trained you, to your significant others, your parents, spouses, and everybody who helped you get you here, because I know you can't get through medical school on your own. It requires a village to train you and to support you. You all entered medical school during a very difficult time in medicine and in our country. You entered during a pandemic, which had to be very difficult. I know a lot of your early classes were on Zoom, which is not the same as being in person. And it was probably more difficult for you to form those bonds and relationships to help support you, but somehow you managed to do it, and you're here. So you must be a very resilient class to get yourself to this moment. So congratulations for that. I do want to assure you that your osteopathic training has really prepared you well. I remember sitting in your shoes. I'm not that good at math, so I don't remember like Dr. Thurman, but it was a while ago when I sat in your shoes. And I worried about, would I be smart enough? Would I be able to do this? I was a little nervous. Maybe some of you feel that way. Maybe some of you don't, but if you don't, great for you. But I want to assure you that your training has been very good. From the moment you started osteopathic training, the first moment you stepped in this medical school, your faculty taught you about the importance of the patient as a whole person. You have learned the importance of looking at healthcare as holistic and treating a person as a whole person, not just a disease. And that is really going to serve you well, and it's going to make you stand out amongst your colleagues as you go into residency training. So know that you are ready. The other thing, I know the faculty and staff at KCOM do exceedingly well, and I've worked at other medical schools around the country, and I know they do this better than anyone I know, is they have stressed the importance of your mental health. And that is not something that is often recognized in medical training. So that I hope that you carry that with you and remember to take care of yourself as you go through this journey, because it's going to be a little bit difficult. I have to admit, I was a little nervous to give this talk. I've given talks all over the world, but they've always had PowerPoint slides, and they're usually to people that are checking their email and writing grants in the audience. So if I have nothing important to say, doesn't matter. And I don't see anybody out there checking email or writing a grant, so I'll do my best. So I know I should give you guys some piece of advice. And first of all, I have some really specific advice for a couple of you. I know a few of you matched at the University of Iowa in pediatrics, which is where I went for residency. So my very specific advice to you is try not to be on call on Friday nights of home football games. The parking is really a pain. However, if you have to work on Saturdays of home football games, it's okay. Parking is a little easier somehow, but you can also watch the game from the top of the hospital, which is very cool. So that's just for a few of you, I know. And then to the few of you that matched at the Medical College of Wisconsin, where I worked for many years, and I don't know if my husband knows this, so I might be giving away a secret. If your attending tells you they're going to a meeting in Office Building B, what that means is they're going to happy hour at Eddie Martini's across the street, so. Did you know that, Sach? No, it's my secret. All right, so to give some more general advice to the rest of you, I turned to the great philosopher, at least one of my favorite philosophers, Ted Lasso. And I don't know, I know when I've talked to medical students before, some of them have never heard of him, and I get it, you were very busy, you probably didn't have time to watch TV. So if you didn't have time and you didn't see it, you can rent Apple TV for a month and then cancel it when you go into residency because you won't have time to watch TV again. That'll be it. But anyway, so I have 3 points that I've learned from Ted Lasso, and just a little background on Ted Lasso in case you don't know who he is. In this show, Ted Lasso is a Division II football coach, and somehow he finds himself, through a weird set of circumstances, as the head coach of a Premier Soccer League coach in England. And initially you think, wow, this guy is really a doofus. He doesn't know what he's doing. This is going to be pretty funny, which is sort of true, actually, but he is also, you learn, very wise and has a lot of great advice that he gives to his players. So I'm going to touch on some of those lessons I learned from Ted Lasso. One of the most important things he taught his players was to be curious, not judgmental. So in one of the scenes in Ted Lasso, Ted is playing darts with the one villain in the show. Like most of the characters have, good points and bad points, but they all, in the end, are like really good people. But there's one guy that's never a good person. His name's Rupert. So Ted and Rupert are playing darts, and Rupert wants to make a bet. And Ted's okay at darts, but not great. And so Rupert thinks he's gonna win this bet really easily. And so when they start to actually play and the bet is actually on, Ted switches hands. He had been playing with his right hand and he switches to his left hand, and he ends up being really good and winning. And so Ted looks at Rupert and he tells him how all his life people had underestimated him and they've just judged him. They haven't been curious, they haven't asked questions. And if he'd asked him a question, hey Ted, do you know how to play darts? He would have told him honestly, yeah, I used to play darts all the time, I'm really good. Or hey Ted, are you left-handed or right-handed? I would have said, yeah, I'm left-handed. And then you might have known that this might have been such an easy bet. But he didn't, and he lost the bet. So this is a really important lesson in medicine because you want to be curious about your patients, not judgmental. It's really easy in our practices. We don't have a lot of time. We have to make decisions quickly. And it's really easy to judge your patients as being non-compliant or difficult patients. Patients get labeled with those things all the time. But labeling them is not going to help them get better. It's not going to help you help them. So what you need to do is be curious about why are they not being compliant. Maybe they have a lot of obstacles they have to overcome to get to you or to get their medication. Maybe they can't afford it. So in order for you to help them the most, you have to ask those questions and take the time to be curious. And another thing, you don't want to be judgmental of your colleagues. It's also really easy when you sit in academic medicine to be really judgmental of the referring hospital or the referring physicians and not truly understand the obstacles they have to overcome as well. As part of my job at St. Jude, I do a lot of work in global health. I run a consult service where people email me questions about critically ill cancer patients from all of our St. Jude affiliates around the world. And I had a particular physician who is in the Ukraine that was emailing me about a patient, had a lot of questions, and we decided it would be easier if we just WhatsApp chatted rather than email back and forth. So we set up a time to WhatsApp in person. And when Severn didn't make the call, I got kind of frustrated, I set aside this time, he didn't bother to show up, I was a little frustrated with him. But then when I finally got in touch with him, I learned that he and his patient were in a bomb shelter. They didn't have any electricity. He had no Wi-Fi connection because they were being bombed, so it was not possible for him to join with me. So I felt kind of like a bad person for being judgmental. So that's one thing I've learned, that you have to be curious, not judgmental. Another lesson we can take from Ted Lasso is to be a goldfish. And I know that sounds like really stupid advice. Goldfish aren't good doctors at all. But I'll explain. So in Ted Lasso, there's a player named Sam who's really outstanding. He's a young player, has lots of promise, but he makes a mistake. And then, I don't know, those of you who've done sports before, you know all about mental blocks in sports and how you have to overcome them. Well, Sam has that problem, and he's having a hard time getting over it. So Ted calls him over and says, "Sam, what's the happiest animal in the world?" And Sam's, "I don't know." He says, "Sam, it's a goldfish. Do you know why?" So, "I don't know." He says, "They have a 10-second memory, Sam. That's why. Go on, be a goldfish." So what he was meaning, and what I mean, is don't forget all your medical training. You spent hundreds and thousands of hours and thousands of dollars to learn the Krebs cycle, and, well, you might not need to know that anymore, but at any rate, you need to remember your medical training. But what you have to be able to learn from and take what you can from, but then move on and not perseverate on, is your mistakes. You are going to make mistakes. I still make mistakes. That might be disconcerting to those of you that aren't physicians in the audience, but we all still make mistakes. Learn from them, take what you can from them, but they don't define you. Keep moving forward. And then lastly, what we can learn from Ted Lasso is not to take yourself too seriously and have some humility. So again, there's a scene in Ted Lasso where he's doing a press conference, and right before he's about to go on, they show him the press conference from the rival team. And in that press conference, the rival coach is really trash-talking him, really putting him down, putting down his team. And his team hopes that by showing him this, he's going to fight back, because Ted doesn't really want to fight back, but they're hoping to get him riled up where he'd fight back. But he doesn't, because that's not Ted. Instead, Ted starts telling jokes. He wishes the other team well. He congratulates the team on a good season, and then he moves on to kind of make fun of himself. And pretty soon the press is just eating out of his hand. They're eating it up. They love it. They love Ted. And then as you see the press after that, you see that everyone thinks Ted is a really class act, and they think the other coach is really not cool. So that is my last piece of advice to you, is to try to exercise humility. You're going to be in situations where you're going to have patients and family members that are really angry at you, that they might be yelling at you. Your first instinct is going to be that you want to fight back and yell back at them, but I have never seen that work. What you want to be able to do is take all that down a notch and exercise humility. Maybe make fun of yourself if you're good at that, or the situation's appropriate, maybe not. But remember to acknowledge the frustration that maybe that patient or family is having. Try to listen, and just try to be more understanding, and that will serve you very well. So in closing, congratulations again. This is really an awesome achievement. You guys are going to do great. I want to go out and be the awesome physicians you were trained to be, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. MacArthur. We are KCOM proud of you. Thank you. Thank you for being back. All right, so the Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences is a research-based program providing individuals aspiring for a career in health sciences an opportunity to better prepare for professional studies in medicine, dentistry, education, and/or research. President Phelps, the candidates for the Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences have successfully completed their degree requirements. Upon recommendation of the faculty, I have the pleasure of presenting them to you. Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences of the Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine please rise and proceed to the stage? Dr. Jeff Davis will present the members of the class of 2024 to receive their diploma.
Joshua Avina. Justine Farrell. Harrison Gregory. Elizabeth Heller. Alexis Klenner. Verena Alice Messia. Jacob Meyer. Caden Phillips. Amanda Prescorn. Bryn Schubert. Matthew Waite.
Great, if you please stand. Candidates, please stand. Yep. Upon the recommendation of the Faculty Dean and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the State of Missouri, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences with all the rights, privilege, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
President Phelps, the candidates for the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine have successfully completed the requirements for their degree. Upon recommendation of the faculty, I have the pleasure of presenting them to you. Will the first row of candidates please stand and proceed to the stage? Dr. Jeff Davis will present the members of the ATSU-KCOM class of 2024 to receive their diplomas.
Seth Acup. Stephanie Agabekian. Zohal Alizai. Bansari Amin. Parker Anderson. Jonathan Babcock. Cameron Banning. Ariel Barnhart. Yanis Belkadi. Matthew Bentz. Veronica Berg. Caleb Bischoff. Hi, Hannah. Congratulations. Hannah Bizzolio. Leah Blickensderfer. Hale Bright. James Bussey. Natalie Knutson Kiger. Lauren Chambers. Albert Chu. Allison Christie. Isaac Klaus. Brooke Kofel. Leah Cosgrove. Jonah Costello. Ellen Cravens. Gabriel Cresswell. Miguel Cruz. Mackenzie Curry. Alma Vida Ali Deterio. James Dawson. Nicholas DeLuca. Jeffrey Diamond. Mitchell Durrell. Alexis Emery. Lisa Estevez Selly. Stephanie Eswine. Emily Everhart. Gabriella Farabee. Luke Finnessy. Andrew Ferguson. Zan Farron. Brianna Fluky Akiyama. Aaron Fortner. Riley Frenette. Kara Gardner. Shelby Geisler. John Gillespie. Ellie Glassner. Abigail Grathwall. Autumn Graves. Aaliyah Grindstaff. Bryson Grondell. Casey Halila Dalirifar. Skylar Hamlet. Monica Hammer. Ashley Harness. Erica Renfrew Haste. Justin Hicklin. Catherine Holt. John Wilbrin Hooker IV. Claire Hubert. Jacob Hutchins. Samantha Hutsley. Logan Jacobs. Christopher Gill Johnson. Allison Joslet. Megan Kaiser. Danielle Klaproth. Luke Kloft. Jesse Kostel. Tristan Kuckelman. Catherine LaFaux. Kelly Langludig Patrick. Cody Landman. Sean Larson. Benjamin Latiman. Aaron Laughlin. Brady Letney. Emily Hope Levinson. Mao Lin. James Liu. Anna Livingstone. Kevin Loke. Samuel Lowe's. Rachel Maybaugh. Austin Marcello. Rebecca Mayo. Daniel McCarthy. James McJimsey. Trevor McYone. Ryan McLaughlin. Scott McLaughlin. Jacob Metters. Michael N. Megafu. Danielle Meyer. Heidi Michael. Matt Michaels. Nolan Miles. Benjamin Milzer. Joseph Morris. Nelson Kevin Morris. Jackson Morrison. Jennifer Mullins. Radea Nike. Danielle Nash. Catherine Nordstrom. Lauren Novick. Daniel Owen. Jason Park. Tiffany Ruth Park. Trevor Parrott. Serena Patel. Mitchell Paulson. Justin Pelkey. Courtney Peterson. Adrian Perchanowski. Kevin Rapard. Emma Renault. Bethany Rayhouse. Adam Richter. Autumn Rican. Cara Reith. Gannon Rink. Claudia Reese. Tyson Roderick. Kaylin Ryan. Nicholas Sanchez. Luke Schaefer. Jacob Shearding. Dylan Schneider. Mariah Stipe. Courtney Smith. Jacob Speechley. Paul Stegelmeyer. Amanda Steiner. Luke Stout. Emily Sullivan. John Sweetman. Emma Talbot. Logan Tarter. Shelby Terrell. Blake Theobald. Jacinta Thomas. Christopher Thorndall. Christopher Tucker. Madeline Walker. Waddles. Madison Weber. Tara Wigington. Andrew Winkleman. Caden Whippler. Jessica. Jordan Yoakley. Abby Yoss. Raman Yousafzai. Taylor Zollner.
We'll ask our DO graduates to please stand. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, dean, and senior vice president of academic affairs, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the state of Missouri, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree, Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine, with all the privileges, rights, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, doctors. All right. Doctors, please remain standing. We'd like to invite any other osteopathic physicians. The rest of you may sit down if you'd like. If there's any osteopathic physicians in the audience or on stage, Dr. Wilson is going to lead us in the administering of the oath of the profession to our new graduates. Dr. Wilson.
So graduates, if you could please read with me from page 21 of your program. We'll read it together. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health and the life of my patients, to retain their confidence and respect, both as a physician and a friend, who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity, to perform faithfully my professional duties, to employ only those recognized methods of treatment consistent with good judgment and with my skill and ability, keeping in mind always nature's laws and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. I will be ever vigilant in aiding in the general welfare of the community, sustaining its laws and institutions, not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it may be asked of me. I will endeavor to work in accord with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation and never by word or by act cast imputations upon them or their rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who have taught me my art. To my college, I will be loyal and strive always for its best interests and for the interests of the students who will come after me. I will be ever alert to further the application of basic biologic truths to the healing arts and to develop the principles of osteopathy, which were first enunciated by Andrew Taylor Still. Congratulations, class. And if you could remain standing. First, one more time for our fantastic faculty here, please. So class, please remain standing as Dr. John Sutton inducts you into the A.T. Still University Alumni Association and the Kirksville Osteopathic Alumni Association. Dr. Sutton.
Graduates, as a member of the ATSU-Kirksville Osteopathic Alumni Association, and by the authority vested in me by the A.T. Still University Alumni Association, it is my pleasure and privilege to induct you formally as individuals and as a graduating class into membership in the A.T. Still University Alumni Association and the Kirksville Osteopathic Alumni Association. On behalf of the other university alumni worldwide, it is my pleasure and privilege to congratulate you now as the newest members of the A.T. Still University Alumni Association. You may be seated.
As we conclude our commencement ceremony, I'll invite Dr. Phelps, President Phelps, to present a final farewell. And I just want to tell you, class, we're so proud of you. Good luck.
Thank you, Dean Wilson. Dr. MacArthur, thank you for those great words and ideas to live by. It was fantastic. I always say that the pediatricians are like the happiest physicians I ever meet, right? I'm sure there must be something in there. So thank you so much, and thank you for sharing your husband with us, and thank you for coming and supporting her and all that you do also for pediatric health care. It's really amazing. Dr. Thurman, thank you for your words. Bertha, thank you for being here today. It's just great always to have you. Kelly Kirkland and the team at KCOM that helped put all this together, came early, worked on this for weeks to make sure this special day is right in line and going well for our graduates and our families. So I want to thank those folks. We have our communications and marketing folks, academic technologies, IT, folks from the President's office, thank you. Our KCOM faculty and staff, they're just amazing. I graduated eons ago, and I still remember the lessons taught to me by the faculty. And actually, there's a faculty member that's still on the faculty here from when I went to school, which was a while ago. As mentioned, Truman State and this university has always been hospitable to us. We work together in both undergraduate and graduate programs, so Dr. Thomas and the whole team at Truman State, we want to thank you. But graduates, wow, what a day. In a few minutes, when you walk through those doors, your life will be forever changed. The calling to provide care to others is like no other calling. Patients and their families will share their most intimate details with you during times of physical and emotional pain, uncertainty, and vulnerability. Fortunately, your families, faculty, staff have prepared you for this special calling. Only you can do it. As much as we love our phones, ChatGPT, social media, treating the whole person, body, mind, and spirit is done one-on-one in collaboration with our patients. As Dr. Still emphasized in his works, finding disease is relatively easy. Helping our patients find health, that is our true calling. No one can do it better than you. Our future is in your hands. Until we meet again, Godspeed.